Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Bianca's Beauty, and if you're new to this channel, this is a channel where we talk everything beauty related, from fitness, talking about fitness. The topic of today is 10 good ways in which you can prevent and lose belly fat. Okay, so there's a channel where we talk everything beauty related, hairstyle, lifestyle, and of course fashion. So today we're going to be sharing 10 ways in which you can lose and prevent belly fat. It's belly fat is a type of fat that is so difficult to go. You can be losing weight, but your belly will just be stuck there, and it's so how can I say it? It's so unfortunate when you have belly fat, because a lot of things won't fit you. Like, you can have a good body, but if your belly is fat, it doesn't really look well. So that's why I'm sharing with you my tips. For those who don't know, I have two kids, but if you see me, my stomach doesn't look like I have two kids. So trust me, these things do work. And please, you have to do a combination of all these things I'm telling you in order for you to see results in the short run. Okay? So let's quickly get into it. But before we get into the topic of today, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please hit on that subscription button. It's free. That's the only way you can help and support me. Yeah, because I'll be bringing lots of tips, especially when it comes to weight loss, because I have been fat firsthand. If you see me looking down, I made some notes just so I don't forget anything. So getting to the first tip, you have to cut down on your carb intake. Carb is, I simply mean carbohydrate intake. And I'm not asking you to do any form of diet. Just as I always tell my students in the weight loss class, I'm not obliging you to do any type of diet, but I am asking you to stop processed carb if you want to lose belly fat. Processed carb can be found in things like pasta, spaghetti, white rice, bread. White bread has a lot of processed carb. So once you stop taking these things, you discover a massive change in your stomach and your body as a whole. Instead of white bread, eat brown bread. What you consider doing in your day-to-day life to reduce belly fat is adding apple cider vinegar to your daily activities. How do you add apple cider vinegar? You can take 2 teaspoons a day. Don't go overboard with the apple cider vinegar, and always make sure to dilute it. Apple cider vinegar contains acidic acid, which has been scientifically proven to reduce abdominal fat. What I mean by abdominal fat, I just mean belly fat. So just in the morning, if you're not taking the detox water, if you want to know how to make the detox water, I have it, and I'm going to leave it right here so you can click on it. If you're not taking the detox water, you can take apple cider vinegar instead. When you get up in the morning, instead of drinking a cup of water, you can just take a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. I'm going to do a tutorial of that. This really helps to burn belly fat. The third thing you consider doing on your daily activity is stop chewing gum. I know it sounds funny, but when you chew gum, you swallow air, and when you swallow air, it causes bloating. Those who don't know what bloating is just excess air in your stomach. It makes your stomach to appear big. It's not necessarily fat, but it makes your stomach to appear big. So when you stop chewing gum, you stop. Plus, there is sugar. Even the chewing gum where it's written no sugar, they have sweeteners in them. Those sweeteners that make you grow fatter. Is there any word like fatter? Anyway, you get the drift. So when you chew gum, you swallow air. And if you're trying to reduce belly fat, you want to stay away from air as much as possible. That is why I always talk about waist trainers. Oh, let me not get to the point. It's one of the points in which I'll be talking about. So just stop chewing gum. You also help to reduce your sugar level. I know gum at times we use it for our breath, but we'll talk about that in another video. Going to the next. Stop sugar and all forms of sweetened drinks, as well as processed food. I've talked about this point in a lot of videos already, and I keep talking about it because till I stopped taking these things, that was when I started seeing results. Because even when I was dieting, I was still taking a lot of juice, and it slowed down the process of belly fat burning in me. It can be, your situation might be different, but I just believe that this is the best way to prevent belly fat. Stop taking sweetened drinks or sugar at all. It is when you take anything sweet or sugar, it spikes up your insulin level, and when your insulin level is spiked up, you have your metabolism is slowed down, so the process of fat burning becomes very slow. And girl, you don't want that. So if you want to prevent belly fat, you're gonna have to consider stopping processed food and any form of sweetened drink. So the sixth point is my favorite point, which is intermittent fasting. I already have lots of videos about intermittent fasting, and I'll keep bringing more videos about intermittent fasting. If you want to reduce your belly fat or prevent belly fat, you consider doing intermittent fasting, because this is the best way in which to control your calorie intake and also control your carb intake. Just going back to the first point where I say you have to stop processed carb, and if you can, why not stop carb, just reduce your carb intake in general, processed or no processed, just reduce your level of carb intake. So with intermittent fasting, it really helps you to reduce the amount of calories you're taking in, and of course the amount of carbs you're taking in, and this in the short run really makes you to lose belly fat or to prevent you from having belly fat. And the next point I'd like to talk about is portion sizes. If you have a big belly, if you have a big stomach, and you've done all you can, why don't you try to reduce the amount of food you eat? I made a video where I showed you the plate I usually eat in before and the plate I changed to. So changing the size of your plate can help you control the food you eat. If you have a big stomach, just reduce the amount of food you're eating. Okay, it can be difficult at first, but you can start. What I tell my students is that you drop the food you eat by a quarter. The first week you can drop by a quarter, and the next, probably the second or the third week, depending on your resistance level, you can drop your food by 2. You will not die. It's very healthy. No, yeah, I know those who have gastritis and breastfeeding mothers, you need to eat very well. This is excluding those people who have like health conditions. Okay, if you have health conditions, please consult with your doctor before you do any of this. After maybe 2 weeks, you can start eating half of the food you usually eat before. You can experiment for about 4 weeks. If it doesn't work for you, before you go back to your normal eating habits. But I haven't seen anyone that testified against intermittent fasting. I bet you try it. You're gonna thank me later. So going to the eighth point is, I know many people won't like this point, but I just have to say it as it is. You have to exercise. Yeah, you really have to exercise. Do all forms of exercise, especially cardio. If you can go for running, it's very helpful when it comes to belly fat burning. And you can do weight lifts. I started doing weight lifts recently, and it's helped a lot. It doesn't just help with burning my belly fat, but it's also helping with my arms. Remember, I have very flappy arms because I lost weight without exercising. So lifting weights, it's a very good form of exercise, because even when you go to sleep, your muscles are still working and helping to burn that fat. So consider doing, you don't need much time, 10 minutes of your time. I have exercises video. I'm not an expert, I'm not a pro, but I keep encouraging people to work out because I know the importance of working out. I have just amateur working out videos on my channel. You can check it out to stay motivated. The second to the last point, which is the ninth point, is that you have to manage your stress level. Some people they get pale when they're stressed. Some people get fat when they're stressed. I get fat whenever I'm stressed, because when I'm stressed, that's the highest time I eat. I forget about diet. I forget about weight. I just eat and eat. If you're like me, then you have to avoid getting stressed. There are a lot of things you can do when you're stressed instead of thinking about food. So just anything that makes you happy, go for it. Really, anything that makes you happy, just try to stay away from stress, because stress is one of the reasons for my weight gain, and it can be for you. So try to be happy all the time. It doesn't cost much to smile. Like, I'm smiling now. You see my gap tooth. Somebody made a comment that I can receive an award for gap tooth. Anyway, that was just for fun. But try to be happy at all times. It really helps with weight loss journey. And the last point for today is that stop eating late. Stop eating late. When you eat very late at night, you don't give time for your food to digest properly, and you will not have time to burn the calories, some of the calories you consume, because normally when you eat throughout the day, you're even if you are not doing any form of exercise, just the fact that you go up and down doing house chores and taking care of things, you burn some of the calories you've consumed. And if you're trying to lose weight, you will always try to consume less calories than what is actually needed for your body, because you already have a certain amount of energy in you, and as you're working out, if you feel exhausted, what happens is that your system will start using fat as a means of energy. So that's what will make you to start cutting down. One of the reasons why I really got into the ketogenic lifestyle is because instead of your body using carbohydrates as a form of energy, it uses fat as a form of energy. Thus, you consuming more carbs, you consuming more fat, you will burn more fat and reduce your belly. So stop eating late at night. It's not good. It's not advisable. Yeah, if you know that you're working at night and your work is very active, for example, if you're a nurse, then it's fine. But if you're just eating to go to bed, then don't do it. Thank you so much. These are the 10 points. There are many other points. Like I said, losing weight is a combination of so many things. You can't say I'm dieting and you forget about all these other things. Girl, you're going to take forever to lose weight. If you want to lose weight as rapidly as I did, then you consider doing these things on a daily basis. Thank you so much. And this is actually a topic for my students, but I decided to share it with you because I love you, right? I love you so much. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something. If you did, please hit on the like button, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, subscribe so we can lose weight together. Even if you don't have any weight to lose, just support me. I love you so much. Bye. I'm going to see you in my next. Remember to stay fabulous and beautiful and stay fit.